Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon. I almost said good morning, but then I was like, it's not morning anymore.
It changed about a minute ago.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started so I can be respectful of everyone's time. I'm going to make sure I have it set up. Gigi, it's set up to where you should be able to screen share.
Okay, perfect.
So my name is Amanda Owen-Pride. I am the Department Chair of General Studies and Liberal Arts here in Indianapolis. And Josh, we're really glad to have you here today, and anyone else who should happen to join us as well, they can hop on and speak. And I am going to turn it over to Gigi Brown, who is our Director of Ivy Care, so she can tell you about everything that we have to offer in this amazing department. So Gigi, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Josh, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Good, good. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your interest and your desire to learn more about what's going on here at the Ivy Tech campus. I'm going to go ahead and share my PowerPoint. 1 second. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Good, good. So let me actually tell you a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and follow the PowerPoint and tell you a little bit about what Ivy Cares is. And of course, anytime, especially since it's just you, Josh, if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and ask as we move along. 1 second here. Okay. First of all, I'm trying to move this where I can look at you guys and see the PowerPoint. Okay, there we go. Okay, Ivy Cares. Ivy Cares was formerly, I don't know how long you've been at Ivy Tech, but before, I would say probably about 3 years ago, Ivy Cares was called the Early Resource Connection Center at the college for many years. And then when the college as a whole decided to unify resources for students at Ivy Tech, they decided they wanted to have a version of Ivy Cares at every campus. And I say versions because we all do similar things, but then in a way, due to the size of our campuses and what's going on at our campuses, sometimes we do something different, a few things a little differently. Because I'm in Indianapolis, ours is much larger. And so we're able to offer students a wide range of different services, community resources, and programs. Now, the mission of Ivy Cares is to provide emergency financial assistance, campus and community resources outside the classroom to ensure that you as a student are retained and are able to complete your degree or credential at the college. So Josh, this is what that means. Is it okay to call you Josh, or do you want to be Joshua?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, okay. What that means is that many times when a student is here at the campus or on college, and when you start, it seems like everything is perfect. Everything is like it needs to be. You got your day, in some cases, you got your daycare arranged, your car's running right, you were employed. So it all, you had your I's dotted and T's crossed. And then once you got in the thick of coming here, something may have went awry. You may have lost your job, which happened to many of our students during COVID. You may have some car repairs that are needed, so transportation could become an issue. Or in some cases, if you needed daycare, something could have happened to your daycare. Life happens, so we don't want that to prevent you from living a full life here at Ivy Tech. So I say that to say, our services are to provide this financial assistance, and many of our resources are actually right here on our campus as well. I'll get into greater detail what that looks like. Now, the vision of Ivy Cares is to provide supportive services that will assist Ivy Tech students throughout their academic journey. These are often called wraparound services. The Ivy Cares staff are here to connect you with those resources. So what that looks like, Josh, is that
hey, Gigi, can I stop you for just 1 second? We
Absolutely.
see your calendar right now. If you have the PowerPoint pulled up, we see your calendar.
My calendar.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't see my, oh, you don't.
There
see
we
my-
go. Now we see the email.
Hold on. You know what? I moved it to the, what about now?
Yes, now we got it.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And that, no worries. And then give me a second because I want to move this where I can see it better. Okay. Now that's better. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. What we realize too is that sometimes a student needs more than just one service when they're here. That's why we kind of call it wraparound. I mean, you came here for education, and that's one service. But then once you got here, there were other things you may have needed as a person, because you're more than just a student. Now, we do see you as a student, but we do see you as a whole person, that things happen to you. We have many students that need counseling. We have students who, as I said earlier, are dealing with food insecurity. I mean, we have a lot of, we're a community college. And I say that to say this too. A lot of times they think it's a community college, but research is supporting now that 35 to 40% of students on campuses across America are dealing with food insecurity, mental health, in need of mental health services. They're just dealing with extra things. So while some things may be more community community college, I guess, zoned, it's four-year universities. Students that attend four-year universities are dealing with some of the same things as well. So with that being said, that's one of the reasons we call it wraparound. You're here for an education, but we realize at Ivy Tech, you may need more in order to support you through that journey. Josh, I'm not gonna read these verbatim. I'm gonna kind of skim through them. If you would like to see these in greater detail, I'll be happy to send them to you. But our goal, we have goals, and our goal is to ensure that Ivy Tech students are retained. One of our goals is to identify challenges that could prevent you from getting your degree. Strategies and solutions are something we provide to you for obstacles that might get in your way. We provide assistance to students to help you overcome those obstacles. And we refer and connect students to community and campus resources. That's our goals in our department. So overall, what this means is that many of our students too, sometimes we have to sit down and talk to them about a budget. Sometimes we have to talk to them about, they got into a financial situation, they're working, but maybe instead of eating out every day, you might want to go to the grocery and prepare meals that could last longer. So many of our students, we find out, don't do a lot of cooking. Many of our students are not aware of all the events and programs that we offer here. And another thing too, if someone comes to us in need of daycare, that's not a one-hit wonder. If they need daycare, they're going to need daycare ongoing. So we fortunately have daycare vouchers that are offered through CCDF, that if you're an Ivy Tech student, you don't pay for daycare. We actually give you a voucher. Well, we set you up for a voucher through CCDF, and that voucher allows you to select whatever daycare provider you want to select. So we try our best to eliminate these obstacles, and we try to get in there quickly, because we realize, especially for some of you students who are doing 8-week classes, it's rolling kind of quick with you. So if you need us, we're going to probably have to get in and get something resolved, or at least a strategy ASAP. So those are some of the things that, you know, we look at doing.
Well, I'm on, I almost died. It'll be 2 years in June where I almost died. I was I believe I was robbed. I was hit in the head so hard that my brain moved 1.5 centimeters.
I am so sorry.
They had to do emergency brain surgery and recenter it.
Oh,
Then I had 2 strokes and got pneumonia. and I wasn't showing any signs of brain activity. And the doctors were talking to my parents about pulling the plug on me.
Oh,
And my mom and dad, and a bunch of other people were praying for me. And my dad got the phone call that my brain activity spiked, and I was in a coma for about 2 months.
wow.
And I came out of that coma. I had to do a lot of physical therapy, but I'm still on disability.
Okay.
Um, I'm just,
Well, you're a
uh,
miracle. You're a
That's
miracle.
definitely a miracle.
Mhm.
I praise God for that.
Amen. You know what? I'm so glad. You know what? And I'm so glad to hear and see you right here at Ivy Tech, still pursuing your goals and not letting any of that stop you from moving forward. So you just keep moving forward, Josh, and don't ever take no for an answer, and never, ever, ever give up. Please don't do that. Because look at you now.
Yeah, they said I'd never walk or talk again. I'd be a vegetable. They were
Wow.
telling that to my parents. And I just, God, it's all God.
Thank you for sharing that, Josh. I really appreciate that. I
Yeah,
see
no
we have,
problem.
do we have Sophia on? Is there Sophia?
Welcome, Sophia.
You're on mute.
And Sophia, if you're in a place too where you can't unmute, I'll also be watching the chat. So if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to put those in the chat as well.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Josh, thank you for sharing that. That really impacted me. It really did. And you know, it's good to see you. I'm happy you're here.
Thank you.
In order to receive services from Ivy Cares, there are a few stipulations. Some of that is, it includes that a student does have to be in good standing. Now, if that is a challenge, don't let that not be the reason you still talk to us, because we're willing to talk about what good standing means in your case. It could have been, for example, Josh, in your case, you had a terrible, terrible event that happened. That could have put you behind. I don't know, were you in school then? And okay, if you were in school, that clearly would have affected you and
Yeah.
could have put a student in that case, a student in that situation, in poor standing at the college because they couldn't come to class, they wouldn't be able to complete their assignments. That would be a factor we would consider as looking at that is a reasonable reason for why the person is not in good standing because there was an issue that happened. We need students to regularly attend classes. We do, while we assist with outside the classroom services, it doesn't mean that Ivy Cares is not wondering and wanting to make sure that inside the classrooms, things are going well. So we need students who are attending their classes. You do have to be enrolled in classes in the upcoming semester. So what that means is that students who seek Ivy Cares assistance can receive services now for the summer classes, but we don't assist someone who just left the spring class and is not in the summer. Or we don't really assist anyone at this point who's registered for the fall. You do have to be an active student, actually enrolled in sitting in a class. There's a reason for that, and most people totally understand it, but we just have to make sure that you're actually attending classes and that you're an active student. And
I'm signed up for online.
Yep.
Because does that count?
It sure does.
Okay.
Sure does. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm signed up for I signed up for English because I'm doing baby steps. I'm taking one class at a time right now. I'm gonna be 32 in July.
Okay.
I graduated high school and then I just worked factory jobs until my incident happened.
Baby steps are still steps forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing is I'm getting my feet wet, and then I'm gonna take more classes as when I feel more comfortable.
And honestly, Josh, that's a great idea, because if it's, especially for folks who it's been a while since they're in school, sometimes what happens is students will take too many classes right out of the gate, and it's very overwhelming. So it's a great idea to kind of figure out your level of comfortability, and then you can either adjust up or down based on how you're feeling, based on the number of credit hours that you're enrolled in at that point. So you're doing exactly the right thing.
Okay, good.
Now, Josh, is this your first time coming to college?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're doing the right thing. Just as a sidebar, I was an adult student too when I came back to work on one of my degrees, and I tell you, I only took one or two because I was working too. So I didn't want to do too much and then chase myself out. So you're doing the right thing. And we're able to provide bills that are past due. So basically, we assist a lot with past due bills. We don't pay moving forward bills. And let me say that this way: a lot of students come to us, and their bill is due. Let's say today is June the 1st. Well, their bill's due on June the 10th. We don't pay a bill that's due moving forward. We pay bills because you're in an emergency situation that's past due, that maybe you need that support to get on top of things. But we can't pay a bill because it's due moving forward. And Josh, I would also, as a side note, ask you to come and meet with us and see us if you ever come to campus, so we could just help, have a conversation with you about just making sure you know us, because it's easier to know us before you need us than to need us and just try to figure out who we are. So I want to welcome you to that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was gonna say another little tidbit about me is I live in Beech Grove at the Yeshua Society. It's Christian sober living.
Oh, okay.
I went through a rough patch of drinking a lot. My brother was murdered Thanksgiving Day of 2017, and that's really when my alcoholism kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
And then this accident happened to me, and I was just sitting, like, I started getting down on myself, feeling like I'm never going to be able to do this again. And I just decided to keep praying, and I'm getting stronger. I'm still in some physical therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just keep praying for more strength, and God's given it to me.
Okay. Thank you again, Josh, for sharing. And I want you to know that we're here to support you as well. So if you just want to come and meet us, see what we do, we'll be happy to, have a conversation with you at any point. Because in Ivy Cares, we don't really have an attitude of this is all we do. We can't do that, because our students are constantly sharing things with us that we never saw. We didn't know that this was going to be a challenge, like COVID. We didn't know the challenges that popped up were going to be things we were going to have to adjust to. So we kind of adjust to our students and try our best to supply that support that we can. Okay, areas of assistance to help students. We have what's called a Student Emergency Aid Fund. And so what that means is that we have some funds set aside where we assist students in emergency situations. What does that look like? That's students who may be on the verge of eviction. That is students who need some transportation to get back and forth to the campus. That is students who are in disconnect with their utility expenses. So those are emergency assistance that we can support students through. Have you ever seen the Ivy Tech license plate, Josh, Sophia?
No.
that money, if you ever notice, well, if you come to campus, you'll see quite a few. There's quite a few Ivy Tech license plates. That money actually goes to Ivy Cares.
Okay.
So yeah, we have
I
grants.
didn't even know that, so I'm learning today too.
Yeah, it comes to us, and we have many foundations and grants that support our work here. Actually, we just sealed a deal with Meyer. You'll hear about this, Amanda, but we just sealed a deal with Meyer at 56 in Keystone, where if you buy a donation card for $10, that money is going to go straight to our food pantry here at Ivy Cares. And then they're going to do double and triple days. So if you buy a $10 donation card, triple, $30 will come to Ivy Cares, $20. So we're not ready to promote it yet, but those are the things we do in Ivy Cares, because we're always trying to get as much community support to keep us going, to make sure we can keep helping students like Joshua and Sophia. So we're really excited about that. And then last but not least, every Thursday, beginning tomorrow until August the 25th, we will be doing a mobile food pantry on our campus, where we'll be putting food in your car. You don't have to get out of the car. You just come in through and so share this with as many students. And guess what? It's not just for our students. We're doing this for the community. Our community is where Josh, I don't know if you know where we're at downtown on Fall Creek. Yeah. Well, we're a food swamp. We're not a food desert, we're a food swamp. And what that means, people laugh when I say that, but let me tell you what it means. We got food, but it's not good food. It's not healthy food. It's not clean food. And then our closest grocery store is not within walking distance. So every summer, this is my second summer in a row, I like to do this for the community around us, to support our neighbors that go to Fathers and Families and Flanner House, and neighbors that are living in this area. They can come over here, and I'm telling you, they get good food. They get chicken and rice.
You said this is August?
It will go until August the 25th, every Thursday from 3 to 5.
Every Thursday?
Every Thursday.
Okay, so.
Starting tomorrow. Come on by. Come on by. We'll have music and, flyers for the programs we have here at the campus, and doesn't take long. You just get in the car line, and we put it in your trunk. We don't let you get out of your car. And that started actually with COVID. We just, we got, and Amanda is really the faculty and staff who are volunteering. That's how I have volunteered. I got a lot of interns, but if I didn't have the support of Ivy Tech faculty and staff, I couldn't do this. So we're excited about it. We enjoy, serving our community and serving you guys as well, the students. Transportation, we have bus passes and we have gas cards. We will assist to a point with some car repairs. Car repairs have become a very much requested item for us, and they're extremely expensive. They're very expensive, triple what I have known it to be in the past. So sometimes we have to pull other things together. We may say the car repair is $1,000. We can maybe put 500 and ask the student, can you give 500? We work together. We have to work together because we can't pay, unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of money, but we do have funds to support and help out. Food insecurity, which one of the things we just talked about is our food drive that we're going to be doing, our mobile food. But we also have an amazing food pantry. Amanda, if you haven't seen it, please come by. It's on the 4th floor in the North Meridian building. Gleaners supports us with the food. Ivy Tech bought us a lot of the shelving, and we got our first refrigerator freezer. So now we actually have dairy, poultry, eggs, frozen foods. So and this doesn't, Josh, Sophia, our services don't cost you anything, just so you know that. So yes, you can come to our food pantry, and we listen to you as the student on what food we get. So we ask you, we have you fill out a little survey when you come in, so we can make sure when we're ordering food, we're ordering food that you guys would actually eat as a student. It's not I shouldn't be selecting your food. You get to do this. And my food pantry, as well as my intake office, is student ran. So we oversee to be there to support it, but the individuals who work in the food pantry, as well as the intake office, those are interns. They're Ivy Tech students. I'm a strong proponent, and this is a students' college, and they should be doing the work. So it's a way to teach them about the world of work as well. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Sophia, questions? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
It says she did have a question for the food pantry. Do we need to bring anything, school ID?
I should have mentioned that. We do need your Ivy Tech ID. And if you don't have one, you can get one in express enrollment. But yes, you do, because we've had people come in who are not students. Somebody's probably just told them we had a food pantry. We really can't serve outside individuals. Now, the mobile food pantry, you don't have to be a student. But to come into college and get the resources of the food pantry, we do ask that you be a student.
And those
And that
ID cards that you get through express enrollment, your first one is free. So that is also a free thing that you can get through Ivy Tech as well. So if you don't have one yet, you can stop down there. They can get it for you and print it on the spot. And then you can head straight up to the food pantry once you have that.
Thank you so much. Okay, couple of other things. We have 2 mental health counselors on staff here at Ivy Cares. They're new. We have our mental health counselor who have been with us for 9 years, Melissa Farlock. She actually moved away. So, well, she's moving away. She's in the process of doing that. So we have 2 new amazing counselors. One's a male, one's a female. They are very good, very attentive, and they are experts now. I'm not going to get into their field, but they have amazing backgrounds and of experience in a lot of different mental health counseling areas. We have technology assistance. We have a loaner laptop program, and if you need a laptop, we can loan you the laptop. And let me tell you why we do that. It doesn't count against your financial aid. And we did that on purpose. Anything we can do that we don't have to count against your financial aid, we try to do that. So we call it the loaner laptop program. So if you're in need of that, as well as the campus has computer labs, but we can loan you a laptop for the semester. When the semester ends, we do have to get it back. And if you needed another semester, we don't actually take it back. You can reissue it for the next semester if you need it. I mentioned to you guys about the child care we have with CCDF referrals. Basically, if you're in need of child care, you let us know, and then we send you the link for you to apply for it. And then it's a voucher, and you can select your own child care with it. Because you're an Ivy Tech student, it is of no cost to you. It doesn't cost you anything. Bookstore supplies and technical fees, we can assist you with that as well. Yes.
This is my Ivy Tech card, right?
Let me see, I can't see. Your ID has your picture on it.
Oh, I just got a student information card.
Right. Your ID, yeah, Josh, if you come to Express Enrollment, if you haven't gotten your first one, you just come to Express Enrollment downtown at the North Meridian Center.
Okay.
They can get you an ID.
Okay. That's Express Enrollment.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
I'm writing all this stuff down.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? You're going to have my information at the end if you need to contact me. So,
okay.
Gee, Sophia had another question too. It says, can I get the laptop before my classes? I start next week on Monday and my classes are on Zoom.
Okay. Yes, but I doubt if you'll get them before, and let me tell you why. There's a little backlog because what happens is we've had several students come in yesterday and today, And so we have to re-image the old laptop, and then IT issues you a new one. Now, that doesn't mean we won't try to get it to you by next week. I'm just afraid I can't guarantee you will get it on Monday. We don't issue them. It's IT that actually issues it. We just give it to you. We're the middle person. We're like the middleman. You tell us you need it. We tell IT. IT re-images a computer. And from what I've been told, that takes a while to they got to take everything off the old computer. And then they make it a clean slate. And I would say, if you're interested in Sophia, I was going to do this at the end, and I'll still do it. You reach out to me via email so I can get you the link. And I need your email. Your phone number, and your full name. And that way we can get the link to you today. You complete the link. I would say my hope is you will get it next week, but I hate to make promises because it's actually in the IT, but you're going to get it.
Gigi, what's your email address? And I'll go ahead and put it in the chat so that Sophia can email you.
G Brown 106.
106. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So Sophia, reach out to me with your email, your phone number in case we have questions, and your name. And then we'll send you the link. As soon as I get it, I'll send it through.
So, yeah, I just put Gigi's email address in the chat.
Okay. Good. Does she have any other questions? Or?
That was everything that was in there for now.
Oh, okay. Okay. What is IB Assist? We just like to tell students about this. There's an amazing tool called IB Assist that if you put your zip code in and select what your need is. So if you select medical care, food, job training, transportation, daycare, it will pop up all the services within your area. And it is nationwide. So you can do a zip code in California, you can do a zip code in Georgia, you can do any zip code, and it's going to pull up. It's an amazing tool. If you're out and you want to look for where's the next closest food pantry to where I live, when you put in your zip code, the closest one to where you live will pop up. So that's a really important tool. It's at the end of my email address, like my signature on my email. So if you guys get an email from me, you'll see it there. It's really important, I think, for people to know, because it's not just people. I mean, it's any service. Education, schools are in there, any service. They're always updating. Going back, hold on. Oh, so how do you schedule an appointment to meet with a coach? Our process, we have to have a little process because we keep track. We keep track of how many students, what we're serving students with, and that tells us how we know how to ask for more money. So if you're interested in meeting with one of our resource coaches, please reach out to our website or our email address, and it's Indianapolis Ivy Cares. Amanda, do you mind putting that in the chat?
Not at all. Tell me again.
It's Indianapolis.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, Ivy Cares at ivytech.edu. And you got to put Indianapolis in there, guys, because every Ivy Tech campus has an Ivy Cares. So they're all, like Richmond has one, Terre Haute has one, everybody. So put Indianapolis in there, and then it'll go straight to our program assistant, and she'll respond back. So you'll say something like, I'd like to talk to a resource coach about rent. She will reach out to you via email and say, what's the best day for you to meet with a coach? And she'll schedule it for you. And then the coach will contact you for that appointment. We also have on our website, if you go to Ivy Tech's website and you put in Ivy Cares, we have a student aid application. That's another way to reach us. And when you complete that application, you just hit submit and it goes straight to us as well. And lastly, you can come to our office. We have an intake office on campus in the North Meridian Center and it's room 140. It's on the first floor, right across from the information desk. So there's 3 different ways to reach out to us. And I wish we used to, when I first got here, we used to just have students come on up. Well, we couldn't keep track, and it got where students were waiting. We like for you to have an appointment, because when you have an appointment, you're the only person we're going to see at that time. Oh, I should have looked. Here's our intake office. This is a picture of our intake office. Let me see something real quick. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. This is a new PowerPoint someone put together for us. That's our intake office on the first floor. And here's pictures. Now our food pantry got way more food than that. That's just a few pictures. Oh, I forgot to mention, we actually have a clothing closet too. And so I'm always getting donations from faculty and staff. And I'm a stickler when people say, oh, Gigi, could you use some clothes? I'm like, yes, but these are my requirements. Clothes have to be clean. I prefer dry cleaning if it is a suit, a coat, or something like that. Washed, folded. If you wouldn't wear it, don't expect my students to wear it. And we set an appointment with somebody who drops them off, because we're not here to just take anything. And what we have found out, Josh and Sophia, is that students actually need clothing. Initially, this started out with like interview clothing, like suits, and we do have quite a few suits. But I got students who were saying, I need a sweatshirt, I need some t-shirts, I need some jeans. So I've started to tell people, it's okay to give us, it doesn't have to be your Sunday best. You can give us, jeans, t-shirts. But again, I'm a real stickler about what you give us. That just, I don't like that when you just give me anything and you wouldn't wear it. So I'm really particular about that. And now let me show you guys a couple of my staff, my team. This is Stephanie Massing. And Stephanie actually started out as an intern in my office. And she has gone on to IUPUI, got her bachelor's degree. She's an Ivy Tech grad. She's gone on to get her bachelor's degree. And now she is working on her master's in social work. I'll just be honest with you. I get to be the face of Ivy Cares in so many of these venues, but honestly, the people that work for me are super amazing. Stephanie, being that she was an intern and a student, she's always given me that perspective. So I just appreciate her so much. This is Darlene. Darlene actually has a history with Ivy Tech before she came to Ivy Care. She was an academic advisor, and that has proved to be very helpful for us as well, with all the systems that Ivy Tech asks us to make sure we're entering information in. Again, she's working on her actually second master's to social work as well. These ladies are real true blue heart social workers. And what I mean by that is about helping you, but helping you to the next level. They are truly like that. And then this is Ramona. Ramona is our program assistant. She's the one who schedules all of our appointments. She takes care of our office. She sees students when we can't. She kind of takes care of us, but she takes care of everybody in our department. Whatever we need. We're very fortunate because we always say, we wanted a job that we could help. And here in Ivy Cares, we actually get to see what we do. So we're very fortunate. And then the last is me. I'm the director of Ivy Cares, been at Ivy Tech, actually going on 10 years, but in this department, 3. I always tell people they got it right with me because I enjoy what I do. I love working with students. I love helping students get to the next level. I never, ever, ever get tired of that. I never do. So we all feel very fortunate. We're a great team. We know how to work together. And with that being said, are there any questions? There's nothing you can't ask me.
And I'm watching the chat, Sophia. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put those in there.
I plan on going through and then eventually transferring my credits to IUPUI to get my master's in mental health counseling, and then also get a certification in addictions counseling.
Okay. Great.
Wow, that's
Josh.
awesome.
Mhm.
And in our academic advising office, kind of to give you a little bit of background of me, I've been at Ivy Tech. I just celebrated 9 years in April, and I worked in the registrar's office for 3 years, and then I worked in academic advising for 3 years, and now I've been in academic affairs for 3 years. But in our academic advising office, we have somebody called our passport advisor. And it's an advisor that's shared between Ivy Tech and IUPUI, that their specific role is to help students who plan on transferring to IUPUI when they finish their degree at Ivy Tech. So we have that resource available through our academic advising office to make sure that you're taking all the right courses and that you'll be ready to have that smooth transition to IUPUI when you're finished at Ivy Tech.
Okay, cool. That's what's that called again?
It's called the passport advisor.
Okay, passport advisor.
Any other questions? Oh, here we go. Says, I'm ordering my books today after my advising appointment. Does the credit I have still cover that, or will Ivy Care help me? Are you talking about, Sophia, your financial aid? Yes, you can use your financial aid through the bookstore. And then if you find yourself, which honestly, right now there's a program called Ivy Plus, to where students are receiving free textbooks. So before you order anything for your summer classes, I would just make sure you take a look at your classes, because what's happened with a lot of the classes right now is that there are free e-textbooks included in the courses themselves. So with any sort of financial aid you have available through the bookstore, if you're not having to use that to purchase textbooks, you may be able to use that to purchase other things, like they sell laptops through the bookstore, they sell different things through the bookstore, different supplies that you might need through the bookstore as well. So before you purchase any books through the bookstore, I would encourage you just to make sure that you don't have those free ebooks through your classes. So you're not spending your financial aid money on that when you already have it, the free textbook.
That's what I'm wondering too. I signed up for a class for English, I believe, and it starts in August. How do I
I would encourage you on your schedules, it lists who your instructor is on your schedule, and right next to the instructor's name, there's a little icon with an envelope in it. And if you click on that, you can email your instructor and just send them an email and just make sure that you have a free textbook through the class. It's each instructor sets up, and so I'm kind of answering both of your questions. Where will I find the free ebooks on my first class, or can I look earlier than it starts? The classes, all classes will open up about 3 days before the start of the term. So you can check in there, and when you log into your My Ivy, you'll go to a link called Ivy Learn, and that's where you'll see all of your class shells. And when you go in there, there should be a link in the class shell on the left-hand side that says something like Ivy Plus bookshelf or textbook or something like that. So you can click on that, and that would be where you would see your textbook. It's actually in the Ivy Learn course shell. But if you have any questions about that before the class starts, I would suggest emailing your instructor just to make sure that everything's all set for you and that there isn't anything that you need to order. And if there is, that way you'll still have enough time to get it ahead of class starting, rather than waiting till classes start and then you're in a scramble to try to make sure you have everything you need. And that's just a good rule of practice anyway, just to email your instructor, just to make sure there's nothing extra you need. And that way, when classes start, you're just ready to go right from out of the gate, and you don't have any extra last minute steps to try to be doing on top of just doing the regular classwork. Any other questions?
Good questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
And if you do think of anything after this too, please feel free to reach out to Gigi or myself. I also plan on, we're recording the session, so I'm gonna send it out to everybody. So if you want to go back through and you knew that Gigi mentioned something that you were interested in, you can go back through and take a look at the video again to see how she mentioned you could get in touch for any of the stuff too.
Yeah, well, we still do some remote work. Someone is always here in our office, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And that includes the summer. So we're always here. So one of us is, sometimes there are days like today, all of us are here. We try to have one day where we're all together so we can catch up, that kind of thing. But we're always here. So if you stop by, that's okay as well. So thank you for putting my information in there, Amanda.
Absolutely.
And, Josh, Sophia, it was actually a pleasure to meet you both. It was a pleasure to talk to you. You don't have to need Ivy Cares to come over and meet us. So feel free to stop by and say hello. And if you want to learn more about, we have so many resources over here. Our bulletin board, we have to switch out usually every week. We've got events, and I want to hear from you as a student. What would you tell me that I should be doing? I usually go by, we do events on campus as well. So I would like their emails as well, Amanda, so I can send things to them, because like, for example, June is National Men's Health Month. Every month there's something going on with people. And I thought to myself, and Josh, you're a male, and I need to ask you this kind of question. What would students, younger men, be interested in when it comes to men's mental health? What kind of presenter? See, that's why I like to talk to students. I like them to come over and see me, because I always got a question on what should I be doing? Yeah, I mean, I can think of things, but you know what? I'm not a male, I'm not young. And I say that to say, we got Prostate Cancer Month, and I'm not diminishing that at all. And we will probably do something for that. But, I was talking to some young men yesterday at an enrollment event, and I found out young men don't go to the doctor like they should. And you don't want to need a doctor and don't have one. So, Josh, if you have any ideas, email me. Just something I could think of that we could bring a presenter, or, could we have somebody here from Eskenazi come over and set up a table and get men scheduled for physicals? I really don't know, but I like to look at that, and then that's how we kind of roll with, hey, this month, let's do this.
And Josh, what's your email address? Because I'm going to send that to Gigi so she has it.
It's my last name, WALERKO.
Okay.
J at gmail.
Is it at ivytech.edu?
Oh, I was gonna say at gmail.com. That's my.
What's your Ivy Tech email address?
My Ivy Tech email address is J Walerko, WALERKO.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
At ivytech.edu.
Okay. And that's a good point. That's a great habit to get into, is to check your Ivy Tech email address, because that's what we consider to be like the official mode of communication through Ivy Tech. And lots of important information comes through there. So I'm sending Gigi both of your email addresses so she has those and can reach out to you for attending today.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
I just listen to students. That's basically, I mean, we set up the structure, but this is their college.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We're here for them. Absolutely.
Well, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you all
Appreciate
for
your time.
being here today. And if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to Gigi or myself. And hopefully we will see both of you soon. And enjoy
All
the
right.
rest of your week, everybody.
Guys,
Thank
take care.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice meeting you. See ya.